Hey, everybody. I just wanted to pop in really quickly and wish all of you a happy Granny Square Day. All right, so you may get tired of it, but you hear me talking about Granny Squares and Granny Stitch all the time. And lots, if not most, of my designs are Granny Square or Granny Stitch. Well, there's a reason for that. In fact, there are two really good reasons for that. So, Granny Square Day, first off, kind of represents the beginning of my crochet journey and represents a really important connection I have with my grandma. So, she was the one who taught me how to crochet when I was a teenager. And I don't know what it was about crochet, but I took to it immediately. And one of the first things that she taught me how to crochet was a granny square. So, show and tell. Still have the very first granny square scarf that I ever made. The yarn is acrylic yarn back when I believe it was not long after acrylic yarn became a thing, and it is really nasty. Um, but I will never get rid of it because I remember my grandma every time I see it. Um, so my grandma got me started on this granny square journey. The second reason is because lo and behold, all those many years later, I had a grandson on Granny Square Day. Now, I didn't have him, my daughter-in-law had him, but you get the drift, right? So immediately the connection was made, and I started to design something new for him every year. When he was little, he didn't understand what was going on, but as he got older, he started to well, I made a big deal about it, right? But he started to get the connection between Granny Square Day was something super special to me, and so was his birthday. So the two things were gonna be combined. So I started this tradition a number of years ago where I start my Granny Square Day at his house with his new Granny Square design, whatever that happens to be. Over the years, I've designed him a granny square, was a granny stitch armadillo C to C blanket. I designed him an armadillo tissue box cover, and I'm sure you're starting to get the drift that he loves armadillos, right? But I've done sports pillows. He loves stuffed animals, so I designed a triangle that would hang in the corner to hold some of his animals, all kinds of granny square designs, right? So this year is no exception. I'm starting my day with you by email, but I am going to start my day in person with my grandson, and I'm going to present him with what I've designed for him this year. Now, I'm not going to reveal it to you. I'll talk about that later, but we're going to go over it's his 13th birthday. We are going to go over and give him all the granny square love, and I'll take pictures and show you. All right, so enough about me. Those are the two reasons: my grandma and my grandson, generations spanning the granny square day. I'm going to challenge you to pick up yarn and hook. Anything you've got, doesn't have to be my preferred worsted weight and size H hook. Just pick up any yarn and go make yourself a granny square. And I would love to see it. So you can email me, you can comment on the video, you can do whatever you like, but I would love to see what you do on this year's Granny Square Day. Happy crocheting, everybody.